Hi and welcome to Pelvic Exercises. I'm Michelle Kenway, physiotherapist and exercise instructor for women. Today I'm going to teach you how to do a really good lunge. Now lunges are a great exercise for your thigh strength, for your bottom strength, for your balance and also for hip bone density. But they're also an exercise that many women get wrong with the incorrect technique. And with incorrect technique, you can injure your pelvic floor, you can injure your knees, and we don't want you doing that. So I'm going to teach you today how to actually do a pelvic floor safe lunge that's also safe for the rest of your body. Advisable not to do lunges if you've got sacroiliac joint pain. That means that usually presents as one-sided buttock pain. And also too, if you're pregnant or if you've just had a baby, it's not the time to launch into lunge exercises because your pelvis is probably a little bit unstable and vulnerable to injury with lunge exercise. All right, so let's look at the technique for pelvic floor safe lunges, and also too, I'm going to show you some nice variations that you can do with your lunge program. So in terms of setup for starters, I want you to position yourselves so that you have a nice long leg position, a really nice long stride. So you can see I have a really good distance between my front foot and my back foot. I'm on the ball of my back foot, so I'm not down flat, I'm lifted up on the ball. The reason for that is so that when I lunge down, my front knee stays behind my front toe. You can see my leg nearly goes into a right angle there when I do that. If my front knee moves forward in that position, I'm going to put forces and stresses on my knee and potentially injure my knee. So very important that when you're lunging, you lunge back down and back up, keeping the front knee behind the front toe. All right, so to keep this exercise pelvic floor safe, keep your lunge position narrow, not wide leg. So you've got your nice narrow stride position, you've got your posture nice and tall, so your shoulders are back and down so your core muscles can work well as well. The other thing we're going to think about is breathing out with the effort. So you lunge down, and when you come back up, breathe out with that effort. If you can activate your pelvic floor muscles before you go down into your lunge, fantastic. And that's what we're going to try and do. So hips facing forward, shoulders back and down, nice and tall, and we're going to go into our lunging down and lifting up. Do your hips feel a bit wobbly? If they do, you can put your hands here on the top of your pelvis and feel that your hips, make sure that your hips are facing forward during that lunge. So coming down, lowering the back knee down towards the ground, breathing out and pushing up. Once again this time, if you can do that with pelvic floor activation, let's have a try. So pelvic floor muscles on, take the lunge down, down slowly and lift back up. Now if you have sore knees, then advisable not to lunge deeply, and also if you're looking after your pelvic floor, not looking at pelvic floor or trying to protect your pelvic floor, try not to lunge too deeply. So keep it a fairly light, not too deep lunge. If you're confident in your pelvic floor strength and your knees are fine, you can take it down into a nice deep lunge, trying to aim for that back knee down towards the floor behind you, like that. All right, so that's your basic lunge technique. Let's now look at some variations. So some variations that you can use are using your arms with your lunge. So these are just very basic lunge variations. Once again, I'll go into my nice long stride that I was in before. My shoulders are back and down, nice tall posture, hips facing forward. And this time, I'm going to reach forward with my lunge. So nice balance exercise, reaching forward, taking it down, breathing out and lifting up. Going again down and lifting up, and trying to repeat that for 8 to 12 times in a row. That's really your ideal strength prescription if you can do that. If you can't, you start at a couple and increase as you go along. So up and down, and one more time, down and up. And that's your lunge with your arms. Another nice variation you can use, and this is a great one for starting to load your hip bones, is to add some weights. So actually make your lunge a weighted exercise. So we're going to use some fairly light weights on our hips. I'll get a couple of kilo weights. And let's look at how you can use your weights for your lunges. So what I want you to do now is when you carry your weights, keep your elbows bent. If you carry weights with your arms straight, you can see it's automatically put pressure on your neck and your shoulders. So when you're carrying your weights for your lunges, I want you to rest them here on your hips. And once again, with your nice long stride, your shoulders are back and down, thinking about your technique and your position. Weights are on my hips, and I'm going to lower down slowly and lift up slowly. And again, hips facing forward, down, breathing out and lifting up. Again, if you can put your pelvic floor muscles on before the exercise, taking it, activate them now, take it down slowly and lift up. And again, take it down. Let's do a full set here. I think we're up to about number 5. We'll keep going right through to 8 repetitions. So here we go, down and up. And last couple, down and up. And I can really feel my thigh muscles working there. You should be able to too. Down and up. And then obviously you would change legs. So you take the other leg forward, shoulders back and down, and repeat again. So there you have it. Key points for lunging. To do a safe lunge, you need to have a nice long stride position. You need to make sure that your front knee stays behind your front toe and your body stays nice and tall. Also too, you're thinking about not lunging too deeply, especially if you've got pelvic floor issues or if you've got sore knees. And once again, you're trying to do your lunges for 3 sets. So that means 3 lots of those exercises between 8 to 12 repetitions, and you might do those on alternate days during the week. I showed you a couple of variations with the arm reaches and using some dumbbell weights, and you could gradually progress those dumbbell weights on your hips as your strength improves. So that's a safe lunge and a pelvic floor safe lunge. I hope you've enjoyed that exercise today, and I look forward to exercising with you again soon. Bye for now.